this high-end market because of the good image for the good quality that we have in Finland, and people produce high quality, high tech things and long lasting. So we think that niche market for opportunities for Kara Oy would be roof system. One of the trends probably, as we mentioned, maybe government officials are trying to make a better lives for Chinese overall. So renovating some of the things, and such as, for example, roofs. We have seen that they are trying to improve life in China, or government official. So when I say with roof systems, so outside roofing, people are looking for more storage places and more places to live. So we can take advantage of providing some of the timber for outside high quality and for roof system. Then we have hardwood and softwood timber, which is very common for structural components in outdoor and external. So for example, if you want to have some outdoor wood products of high quality and also weather resistance and different season, we think that we can target this market for that reason. Then we have, as I mentioned, the housing construction would be one of the trends there. So high-end fine furniture wood. So we would kind of have at least raw materials from us in China to produce a very nice and decorated furniture for inside, and why not sometimes outside if they want to. And again, as I mentioned, sauna supplies, which is, everyone knows the Finnish way of doing sauna, so very good quality of sauna supplies, wood and other stoves and rocks for heating the sauna. Okay, now my friend Jan is going to continue with.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the recruitment plan. So, first of all, that we found out with Blendy is that all the hiring is done by indirectly. Basically, we need to use some human resource management companies service and do the hiring. And in this case, we found a company called Foreign Enterprise Human Resource Service Co. And what is the law that you also need to hire Chinese people? So basically to increase their employment rate. So what we had to find out is amount of tasks and employees. Since we are a recruitment office, there are not that many people needed. So what we did, we thought that we could use this representative manager who could be a Finn, and then following the law, all of the others could be the Chinese employees, and we thought that we could have two. As we're doing the B2B, then we don't need that much people as well, and we thought that we could have, for example, 2 sales representatives who are in connection with our existing and future and potential customers, also marketing related people who market it, and as Chinese people are expecting for foreign companies the quality, we also thought that we should have some kind of quality manager who then deals with customers' wants, needs, and also references. If customers said that was wrong, then we try to improve it. Okay, and here is the list of what we would seek in our employees. So first, highest education in business field and preferably some knowledge about wood industry. Previous experience in international business because it's crucial, so they understand how the business works. Fluent in English, since probably a lot of foreign companies are also in China. I think it could be one of our target customers as well in B2B sector. And also eager to develop Western companies in China, so we really see that they are motivated to help Kara to develop in this market, and who knows what leads in the near future. And also high responsibility and punctuality to prove the high standards and excellent quality of our product. This is 2 typical Finnish characteristics in the employee that they are seeking, so we decided to go with the same. And yeah, that's also to improve it, to show to customers we're really reliable. Good communication skills, because as we know from previous classes in China, communication is really important. It's maybe makes 70–60% of the business. It's gonna make you to be efficient, and preferably some connections in the processing industry in nearest area. It's not a must, but it could be a good green light for developing previously mentioned Guangxi and so on. So we tried to find some recruitment plan templates, but usually they are for like huge companies who have like all the operations. But since we're a representative office, we made our own made recruitment plan and just listed down some simple things. And next, I'm going to talk about the communication plan. As we know, the communication between the company and customer, which is in our case other businesses, is vital in order to maintain a good relationship and keep the business going. Again, me and Glenn had pretty much fun to find some recruitment communication plan templates, but we found one. It was from Daphne Grace, and she introduced us with 5-step communication plan template, and we thought that it covers all the needed issues, and in the same time it's really comprehensive and not that hard to understand. So the first step is conducting a communication audit. So basically this step covers the company checks what they have done before in order to communicate with the customers, and in our case we also added what could be done to improve the situation. So Carao in Finland, as we know, they did some B2B in Hong Kong, so the market is not totally unknown for them. However, they are better recognized in Europe. And what they have done so far is they have a well-designed website, really beautiful and easy to see. Not sure about the printed media, but they had some articles about the company in the webpage, and also they release brochures, and also they release company newsletters. So basically introducing with their new products and so on. And also, of course, as in Europe, it's really common, the trade fairs and so on. So what we found out, what they could do in China, and since we're all operating in B2B, one of the biggest ways how to find our potential customers is trade fairs and exhibitions. And in one of the researches about China, which was made specially to B2B sector, was that the Chinese 55 or so percent of Chinese businessmen values these fairs. Like it's among others, like they don't like, for example, after the fairs there were coming emails, and after that like phones and others was like really low, because, and why fairs? Because then they see that you spend your time, to go and like pursue them, to like use your business, or you spend their time, and they get you build the trust. They see that okay, you answer to the questions, and that's already in small point shows the quality of your business. That you actually are there physically, and you spend your time to help them to understand what we are offering. So Carao in this B2B sector, trade fairs would be the biggest market where we try to communicate with our clients. Okay, the next step is defining the objectives, and for the short term now we pointed out 3 main objectives, which sounds like this. So first of all, the most important in our opinion is creating loyal and qualitative image. As we know, Chinese customers really they are really searching for the quality and reliability. And my computer goes nuts. And that's that's one of the important things. To since we're a Western company as well. Other one was what the heck? Okay. Other one was